So, um, in kind of like medical speak and therapy speak, we talk about something called motivational interviewing, which is it becomes almost like a mind trick, but it is basically a way of trying to identify from the person their reasons for change and reflecting it back to them. And so it's not you telling them you think they should change, but you are trying to elicit their motivation and amplify it. And then at the end of the day, you're turning over the power back to them. So that might look like something someone says,
I'll be
okay,
your patient.
okay.
So yeah, I do drink a lot. I drink a couple of times a day, especially in the mornings. But it's fine. I'm still managing to get to work every day. Obviously, I have a couple of misconduct issues at work, but other than that, and my partner's left me. But other than that, everything else is fine, and I can manage this.
It sounds like your alcohol use is causing some problems at work and in your relationships.
It is, yeah, yeah. I lost my partner's left me, and I keep getting these misconduct notifications at work and disciplinaries because I sometimes get there late, and when I'm there, sometimes I fall asleep, etc. And I've obviously I work with big machinery, so there's a little bit of a risk there, but otherwise it's okay.
It sounds like you're worried about your safety at work and also how your drinking is starting to affect your job and your relationships.
That's true, yeah. I am. I've been on the crane in particular, being intoxicated on the crane in particular has caused a few incidences, and I sometimes do worry that one day it'll go a little bit too far. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that's really scary that you're really worried your alcohol use could cause even like a serious or life-threatening accident at work.
Yeah, and then what am I going to do for work? Because if you get something like that on your file, then I'm never going to be able to be a machine operator ever again. So
Yeah, and your job sounds really important to you,
so
and
important.
alcohol's starting to get in the way of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And so what are your goals looking forward around your job or your relationship?
Well, I know I really should fix this alcohol issue that I have, and I would love to find a partner. That's really important to me because I want to have a family. So, obviously, prerequisite of having a family is finding a partner, really. So, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really committed to thinking about making a change to your drinking and that you're looking forward to finding a partner and family, and you're worried that alcohol might get in the way of that.
So what you're doing
Yes.
there is you're not leading me. You're kind of pushing me. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
There's like a little bit of like a Jedi mind trick thing where so essentially it's actually it's a little tricky when you're first learning how to do it, because what I'm trying to do is I'm listening for what's called change talk. So any little nugget you're giving me about making a change. So you're saying like, oh, I'm starting to get this misconduct. I'm worried about this thing with safety at work. I want a partner. Those are like, it's a gold mine of little kernels of change. And I'm ignoring all of your sustained talk. So anything where you're arguing for the status quo, it's not a big deal. Drinking's not that big a deal. I can't make a change. I don't even acknowledge it or address it.